Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Siggity Stacks in the Stang, baby, representing TKOG. I just, not literally just, but today I took Heralds to locals. It's pretty much Herald Drytron, as I was pretty much torn between pure Heralds and then Drytron. And the conclusion I came to, which is unfortunate but true, is that when you play Drytrons in your Herald deck, you can push way more through interruptions, hand traps. You have more solid contingency plans because Drytrons allow you to make different boards in Herald, and you have quicker access to cards like Vanity's Ruler and Abyss Dweller, cards like IP Masquerena, cards that really just give you diversity in your interruptions versus just all hard negates, which definitely helps a lot. So that's why I ended up just playing Drytrons in my Heralds. It's pretty much like Herald of Perfection, but on steroids. If you have not done so already, I recommend, if you're planning on watching more of my videos in the future, you might as well just sub. It's just doing us both a solid. If you want to support my channel, if you check the description box, there's multiple ways you can do it, whether you buy my Team Kings Against t-shirts, become a member of my Patreon, or join the Discord. The Discord, I think, has like 200 plus people. It's actually, I ain't gonna lie, like, it's one of the biggest Discords I've been in, and I actually like it, how it flows. Everybody there's chill. You're not really going to run into any bad people there. It's a really, really laid-back community. But with all that said, let's get into my list. So, okay, so today I had to write it on this paper because I ran out of my good papers. So I played Zodiac TRYBRID round 1. That was a 2-1. Game 1 was just like, I ain't gonna lie, it felt really... I think game 1 actually... I had full combo, but sometimes, like, I'll get deeper into that in this profile. Something that I've been doing is, like, sometimes I'll have full combo, but I'll stop mid combo. And so when I could have ended on Herald with Beatrice and like IP or other stuff like that, I chose to end on Megalith full with the Abyss Dweller, with Herald of the Orange Light in hand, having a monster negate, a Dweller, and then 3 to 4 pops up Bathor. That was actually really, really strong, and it ended up being enough to beat him. And I could have went further, but I would have lost what I just said, the diversity and interruptions. If I went full combo to get out Herald, I would have lost access to Bathor and lost access to Dweller, and all I would have had was just negate. So if I was going blind into that matchup, I would have lost to a Super Poly, for example, if it was Shadalls. So that's why sometimes I have been just like going blind Dweller with Bathor and Herald in hand. That's another cool inboard. The same combo that gets you Herald is the same combo that gets that. I just stopped halfway and I beat him. Game 2, it was weird. It was Imperial Order up until he almost died, and he still ended up getting it. It was crazy. We were just like, I threw all the possible outs I could use on Imperial Order, and he answered them every time. And then we had Virtual World round 2. I believe that was a 2-1 as well. But I did get first place and I went undefeated today. I forgot to say that. But yeah, I went undefeated today with the Drytron Heralds. So Virtual World, I think that one was 2-1. The craziest, I think the craziest, yeah, that was one of the craziest interactions I had with this deck today, because I played through Ash, Gold Spell, and Solemn Scolding in the same turn, and I still pushed through all of that, and he just could not come back. I just dropped the Vanity's Ruler, and it was just GG. And then I played against Adamantipator Prank Kids. I 2-0'd him. I beat him in like 7 minutes. Like, it wasn't even it just really was super duper one-sided. Like, I just destroyed him. And game 2, like, he just couldn't play through one Herald of the Orange Light. It was sad. Like, he had like a Revival Golem with his Researcher, and I just negated the Researcher, and he just passed, and it was over. Then I played PK Fire. It was the Kali Yuga build. We got all the way to game 3. What I'm trying to remember, because I normally write notes on the paper, but, you know, I didn't have a paper to write notes on today, so I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I know I was clapping people for sure. This guy, he got me game 1. He Kali Yuga'd me. Game 2, I clapped him. Like, we pretty much, it was almost like whoever goes first wins in that kind of matchup. Game 3, he opened his Kali Yuga combo again. I sided in Dinko Sekkas and Twin Twisters. I drew the twinned him in draw phase. Proceeded to full combo him. I Natasha'd him. I did misplay. I forgot to link with my Nightmare Unicorn to some of my access code. Instead of I linked his off. That screwed me up because I missed out on 1 extra pop for my access code. But I did make up for it, which was the craziest thing I did today, was we got down to time where I was at 9,800 life points. He had 8,000. He top deck Red Ice Fusion with no cards in hand, made Dragoon, attacked over my Appaloosa, because that's what I ended on after I did that whole play. So it left me at 6,800 to his 800 to his 8,000. And then I ended up using Geonator to take his Dragoon and switch places with my Megalith Ophiel. And then I popped it, burned him for 16, and he went to 64 and I won. And then in the finals, I played against Orcus Eldritch. We were the only undefeateds in the room, and then I beat him too. Not much to say. It's just like my deck. Honestly, I'm not even just gonna be sugarcoating it. This deck's way better than Orcus Eldritch. It's just very one-sided. So yeah, let's get into the list. Like, this deck is super cool. I like it a lot. It's very fun, very explosive. It can just do way more than Pure Heralds can do, unfortunately. The only thing I miss with Pure Heralds sometimes is the Star Seraphs. They're just like some of my favorite cards. But this deck virtually does the same stuff, and it's really skillful. And honestly, like, when you know what you're doing, even simple boards, like when I'm like playing around like Super Poly, I summon Vanity's Ruler. If I'm playing around Dark Ruler, I summon Abyss Dweller with Herald of Orange Light in hand. Like, there's so many different ways that you can mitigate the blowouts that normally would just break your boards. It's just you gotta know what you're doing. But yeah, let's get into the power plays, like the consistency that the deck has. We have 3 Fafnir. The reason why Fafnir is at 3 in my list, people underestimate this, but you cannot pretty much negate the activation or effects of your ritual spells and their effects. So that means is when I activate my Meteonis and stuff like that, my opponent can't Gold Spell its activation. They can't Skullmeister the effect Engrave. They also cannot use any of their Omni Negates. So this forces negates if your opponent knows what they're doing. But if this is up going first or second, this mitigates Skullmeister and Bale on your Ritual Spell. And that's very, very crucial, because the Ritual Spell is insane in this deck. Like, it just does so many nutty plays. This card is absolutely a 3-of in my opinion. But feel free to disagree. But my ratios worked for me. Next up, I played 3 copies of Nova. The full combo that you can do in this deck, it becomes a bit different if it's Nova instead of the, like, let's say you have Thubin plus Zeta. It's better if one of those is a Nova, believe it or not, because that's actually an extra body. The Link Rebo, it makes a huge difference. So I think Nova is better than hard drawing any actual Drytron name. Nova is just insane. And then next up, I played 3 Cyber Emergencies. It just searches your entire deck. Like, this deck's consistency is pretty insane. Honestly, it's really it's pretty close to Pure Heralds. I think Pure Heralds probably has more. Honestly, they have around the same amount of searchers. I'm not gonna lie. We have 3 copies of Prep. These also help you to play through hand traps. So like, when you hard draw a Prep, it pretty much plays through Ash on Alpha Thubin. Because they'll people always, when they have hand traps, they literally throw them on the first Drytron they see. It just always happens. They just hope that you don't have more. It's kind of like Virtual Worlds. You're like Ash Lulu and hope they don't have more Virtual Worlds. People just always do that. It's like when they Ash Thubin and you have Prep, you just prep for the Benton, and then you tribute the Benton to summon the Zeta, and you full combo anyways. It's pretty insane. This card's broke. It's really nutty. And also, when you draw like the 2-card combo plus this makes it to where now you don't have to normal summon Maju, because this searches what Maju searches. So now that means I can summon Vanity's Ruler, and whenever I can set up Vanity's Ruler with Herald backed up with Baby Heralds in hand, it's GG no re. Like, you either Dark Ruler or bust. And then we have the 1 Foolish, which is kind of like another Drytron name. It's just as flexible as the Nova, if it makes sense, because it could be whatever you need it to be. In worst case, you just like dump Eva and get you some Heralds. Next up, the actual Drytron names. Alpha Thubin is insane, I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, my favorite one is Zeta, because like the Ritual Spell, you can do so much with this deck. You can do a lot more with the Ritual Spell than you can with Alpha Thubin. Like, once you see Benton, Alpha Thubin is not super duper vital to resolve more than once, but like, getting access to the Ritual Spell is just insane. Like, there's so many combos that get extended even further and further. There's so many hand traps you can play through when you have access to the Ritual Spell and you see your Megalith cards. It's insane. Like, I've pushed through so many interruptions with this deck today. It was crazy. Like, just having the Ritual Spell, like, they Ash, you know, like, they'll literally go Ghost Spell on your Drytron, and then they'll Ash the Benton, and when you have the Ritual Spell, you'll just like summon full at the Benton back, tribute the Benton, summon Ophiel, and you'll just keep comboing through it. It's insane. Like, honestly, this card is nutty. And then I played 2 Gamma L10 I just like to. This card's really good to draw. This is one of the ones you want to see. And it's you can't afford to have this banished as a 1-of, and you can't really play. So that's why you like having the second one. And then I played 1 copy of Delta Alteus. This card is also insane. Just getting a draw every turn, honestly, like, the way this deck grinds, even what I was doing today, like, I just was not running out of resources. I was doing really cool plays that I just can't do in pure Heralds. Like, even in, like, simplified game states, I'm doing stuff like every turn I'm recurring, right? And I'm getting my Meteonis. And what I'm doing is I'm summoning full, and then you use full to add Baethor from grave, and then you're distributing full to summon the Baethor and just getting free pops every turn. It's pretty nutty. Like, the way this deck grinds, it's super duper good. So, like, these are all your go-to starters, like your main engine enablers. Like, all these cards are insane. They really are. And the new support's coming out, so this deck's just going to get better. Speaking of, I was just talking about full. I played 2 full. This card's broken. Because Meteonis summons from grave, it makes this deck's grind game super duper on fleek. Honestly, I love decks that can grind. And this deck is literally like ritual good stuff. And it can combo like crazy. And if your board gets broken, you'll still have follow-ups that you can actually get the follow-ups in the middle of the combo. So like you'll have a full field with multiple interrupts, pretty much like a GG no re situation. And if they Dark Ruler and try to clap you and you don't get OTK'd because of Dark Ruler, you already have your follow-ups off the same combo that made the board in the first place. And then Baethor. This card is MVP. Honestly, like my mid combo, like kind of like my mid-range playstyle, I like this card a lot. Like this card, it just claps back rows, it claps combo. Like when you're up against Dragon Link, 1 full ends their turn. Like you Baethor for 4, they just can't come back from that. This card's insane. And the fact that when you're grinding, Meteonis can just add and then summon this. This effect adds this, so it gains the level. Then you can just full tribute summon. You can literally, while you're grinding, Baethor to pop 4 every turn. Like it gets to a point like every deck can't just get 4 cards pop every turn and then survive. Like it gets to a point where they just can't recover anymore, and you'll just keep playing. And then for more of the blue cards, my favorite card in the game, I couldn't play Ultimate in this. I just couldn't, because like this is my man. Like this guy right here, this is my right hand man. Like my right hand man. Like this card's crazy. Like Herald of Perfection is the OG. And then we have 1 copy of Princess Katana. Unfortunate that she's at 1, but this deck can actually resolve her 3 to 4 times in 1 turn. This is actually the deck that got her hit, and I was a little salty, but you know what? I actually like this deck now, playing it more. And then we have 1 copy of Idaten. She is sometimes more nutty than Benton. The fact that these are not once per turn, it just gives you an understanding on how broken this deck is. And then we have Natasha. People do not read her other effect. She just negates attacks infinitely. She does not once per turn. Taking stuff, you win in time. Like, you just pick every board apart going second. You have all these unsafe zones that your opponent can't summon to, or their cards get taken, and then Natasha takes them. Even when you play around Geo and you play around Relinquished Anima, you can't play around Natasha. This card's insane. She goes brrr every time. Like, she's broke. So those are my blue cards. One of the ones that I really wanted to play is actually this guy right here. So I was thinking, and then I thought about, I was like, oh no, Baethor does the same thing, but honestly, he's like a better way to like, I was thinking like in situations where I Dark Ruler and I'm up against decks that put up Buster Locks, because the Buster Lock is a thing in some decks. Like this guy is a good way to clear the whole Buster Lock. I thought about it and I was like, oh, Baethor does the same thing, but like this is a way to clear the field and then still end on an interruption after you clear the Buster Lock. So it's just something to keep in mind if you guys run into that problem, because like this deck can do a lot without its extra deck, believe it or not. So this will kind of give it even more firepower and like pressure that it can add to every inboard. This card's broken. Like, he is really good, so it's something I'm considering playing. Next up for my fairy package, I play 3 copies of Orange Light. Card's insane. Like, this helps you to make a Dark Ruler as well. Like, your opponent can throw a hand trap or 2 at you and then follow up with Dark Ruler and still lose to the Dweller in draw phase and then the Herald of Orange Light that you just get to search. So when you're ending on like Beatrice with Dweller and Herald of Perfection, if you want to play around Dark Ruler, just literally activate Beatrice and Dweller on their draw phase. And that way, like, if they have the droplets, they have the droplets for 3. If they have the Dark Ruler, they Dark Ruler Herald, and you put them under Dweller with the Heralds in hand, which is nice. 1 copy of Ava, 1 copy of Petite. This is really, really standard. These cards you just can't really cut, in my opinion. I don't like the Vindred stuff. I just don't think it's that great. Not saying it's bad, but I think that the actual Herald cards do more. We have 1 copy of Manju. When you want a full combo, you go for Manju. If you have enough resources in your opening hand, you go for Veni's Ruler. I don't like lists that cut this card. This card, even in your simplified game states or just a simple inning board, it might seem like, oh, that's just not impressive. But when you loop your Benton, tribute summon this guy, and what happens is you can have a really simple board of just Mirage Lights with Vanity's Ruler and Herald and Eva in hand. You'll have a Speller Trap negate, you'll have a Monster negate, and you have a card that says you can't play. So the purpose of that is so that Nadir's Servant and also Dogmatic of Punishment cannot out your Vanity's Ruler and like dump, you know, Op Cologne and Scenario and banish your cards, right? So it's really strong. And even if you don't sit in on Herald, if you have Herald in hand when they Nadir and dump Elder, you can still use Herald from hand to negate the Elder, so they can't out this with Nadir Servant. So even this, honestly, and I prefer to go for this or a Dweller against Shadal's because they play Super Poly. So the fact that they could just Super Poly my Herald makes it to where like it's not safe to just go for Herald and leave him by himself. You want something to back it up with. And then I don't play any hand traps. Instead, I main 3 Dark Ruler and 3 Droplets. I think these are better than most hand traps, honestly. Unless you're playing against a Kali Yuga deck, you're going to want some Dinko Sekas instead. These do nothing to that. These do nothing to FTK decks, but other decks that just make Uga Booga boards, you can just break them with this. These cards are really, really strong. You've got, I mean, people are putting up Wind Barrier statue. You've got the Mirror Match. You've got, like, Virtual World in boards. You've got Winda to worry about. These are a lot better than hand traps. Just trust me when I say that. And then finally, the cards that honestly make the deck work like magic is 2 Meteonis, not 1. 2 is my ratio. I like this number a lot. I just don't agree with 1. I've never played 1. I don't like it. There's combos when I literally resolve this and then still search another one, and I'll like use it like 4 times because of Ida 10. Dawn is just to end with Herald so that you can grab Ida 10 back. Honestly, you guys, Ida 10 is really, really powerful. Like, I got Herald up to 3,800 attack, 4,800 defense today, just looping this multiple times. She's really insane. She also, what she does when you summon Herald this way, it helps to play around, like, if you can't end on Vanity's Ruler, it helps to play around Zoo King Alpha. Because, like, they could summon Alpha and normally just attack over Herald, but his booty's going to be 3,800 now with this. So it's really, really strong. This card's insane. Like, Meteonis is so broken. Like, this does everything. Like, this card is insane. It's really, really powerful. It's like the best ritual spell in the game. It summons from grave, and it adds itself back every turn. Like, you just don't run out of resources. And then we have Link Kribo. Herald of Mirage Lights, you want to end on this. This card's really, really good. Even playing into back row, going second like Eldritch, this card's super duper strong. We have IP Masquerena, Geo. Nobody plays around it because this deck's just not popular. Actually, Drytrons are rogue as well as Virtual Worlds are rogue. This card is insane. Like, I took Dragoon today. Like, I switched Dragoon and this guy right here, this level 4. I was at 6,800. It was a clutch moment. I really, like, I basically came back off of my misplay because I was supposed to put my opponent at 2,700, so I was going to win no matter what, but I swapped this guy with Dragoon and then used the Dragoon that I took from him to pop this. It was insane. Geo's broken. He goes brother, just like Natasha. Then we have Phoenix and Cerberus and Unicorn. Some people even put their Zeus's in the main zone. This is why you get punished for that. Cerberus is insane. Unicorn. All these cards are utility. Shoutouts to my boy Valente for letting me borrow the code because I actually got rid of mine. And this put in a lot of work, you guys. Appaloosa and Borsword for your Link 4s. These are your game enders or just like part of your inboard. Like, honestly, I could show you guys screenshots. Like, I have literally ended with Appaloosa, Dweller, Herald of Perfection, Beatrice, just absolutely nutty fields. I've even ended with like Appaloosa, Beatrice, Herald, Vanity's Ruler. Like, this deck is really, really fire. Like, honestly, this deck really surprised me a lot. The Bird, the Downward Magician, Abyss Dweller. Like, you just cannot play this deck without being able to make Dweller, in my opinion. This wins way too many games. Dweller, if you can play a deck that makes Dweller, it's going to make life a lot easier this format. We have Beatrice, and then this is like, you play this for Zeus so that you can get 2 sins off of them. Beatrice is bae. Even when the new XYZ comes out, Beatrice is still going to stay. She's just way, way too strong. Right now, she's how you're getting your extra names. I'm going to open these packs. Side deck is Patreon exclusive. And let's see. Oh, what's the timer, bro?
19.
Oh, look at that. Drytron. So, let's see what we get here. Oh, more Drytrons. What do you know? Okay, that's a Benton. Ooh, a Beacop. Some Majestis core. Dude, I might just end up getting a little Majestis core going on. Oh yeah, that's some Majestis cards. I forgot Majestis comes on this set. But yeah, if you guys are interested in the combo tutorial, or if you just want to see some duels with this deck, let your boy know. Dang. Bro, I'm telling you, you might just pull a whole Drytron core.
Without Novas.
Don't say that. I'm gonna pull like 3 Novas. This is 24 packs, you guys. This is a whole box. It's just I couldn't get the box. I had to grab the packs. Thank you. Alright. And I forgot to upload it, but I'm gonna have to upload my 4th place Prank Kids list. I went X1 with my Prank Kids at this same locals. Ooh. Now that's a good card. I'm getting Majestis together. But yeah, I took Prank Kids 2 days ago and got 4th place with that. So I got my 4th place Prank Kids and then my 1st place Drytrons. The Prank Kids went X1. This deck actually went XO. Wow. Oh, Super Chalice line. Let's go. So Ultra. So the Rihanna. And because the packs were random, I'm probably going to get more than just 2 secrets. Because they were just scattered from multiple boxes. Okay, those aren't bad. Let's see, some more Drytron stuff. It almost sounds like somebody's knocking. Oh, Dubin. Dang. Oh yeah, this is definitely a whole nother Drytron core right here. Boom. Man, I hope to get enough Majestis cards too. I think that Majestis deck is really cool. Dude, I'm getting Drytrons in like every pack. Trans Majestis. Bruh, in Yu-Gi-Oh, $5 and $10 can go a long way when you're playing at locals. Because you could legit pull like $100 cards.
Swear.
Off your packs. Like, just, that's why when I go locals, I really do be caring about topping. Because when you top, you get like the box. And the box, like, that's how I got the Pot of Prosperities. So I'd be taking it seriously.
Same.
Like, I'd be playing to win, basically. Oh, the Life Twins come in this set, too. I want more Majestis cards, though. I don't really want to pull too many Life Twin cards. I'm more interested in the Majestis than the Life Twins.
I'm interested in the Twins.
Alright. Oh, now that's a $14 card right there. So I got some Majestis Ultra Rares so far. This is pretty good. And there's still secrets to be pulled.
And a collector's rare.
And a collector's rare. I'm gonna plus a lot. Watch. I'm gonna be optimistic about this. Cyber emergency. I'm telling you, bro. Backup Drytron core. Yep, like I said. Majestis. That's some Life Twins. Gonna have to look through this after and see how much Evil Twin stuff got pulled.
Isn't the links the only thing that's worth something?
I don't know. Dang, I've got so many of that blue Majestis guy. He's like overprinted, apparently. Let's see here. Fafnir. More Drytron cards. That's Life Twins. Back it up. Dang, bro, I'm telling you. Oh, some Life Twins. Oh yeah, more Life Twin cards. I should have just started just putting the Life Twins down in that pile. That's Majestis. That's just random stuff. I might play Backup Secretary inside my my Math Mix. Yeah, like I said, it was a $14 card. Okay. Ooh, Told you, bro. Because this is pretty clutch because my friend, right behind the camera, he actually got rid of his Drytrons, and we both want to do Drytrons in our Heralds. So I was telling him, you know, with all these packs, I'm probably going to pull a whole nother Drytron cord for you.
Without Nova.
Hey, if we get just one Nova, it'd be lit. Still Life Twin. 3 more packs. I got myself a decent little Majestus, like a start on this Majestus core. Oh, Alistair, let's go.
Do you have baby Alistair?
Baby Alistair?
Yeah.
Talking about the Majestus one?
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Damn.
Yeah, I got too many of the water one. In fact, I got all water ones. The only other Majestus is her. So I got like 7 of the water guy. Like I said, they overprinted him. Yeah. Okay, there's another Drytron card. It's the last pack. Can we get one secret? Well, let's see. No, that's the secret passcode. More Drytron stuff. Dang, so then out of that whole box, I left barely any packs. So the secrets were just... second and third place probably got the secrets. But I ain't gonna lie, this was not bad because I got me some nice cards. Got me some decent, like a decent start of Majestus. Pulled a lot of Drytrons, so at least my friend can get a huge head start. Minus the Novas, like he said. But yeah, you guys, that is gonna wrap the video up. God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Wow, that was clutch. Yeah, you guys, I'll be seeing y'all in the next video. Peace.